The Surfing Violinist presents Groundhog Day, Family Vlog 50. February started off with my birthday on a Saturday, a gig night at Burke & Barrel, so Mel rounded up a smattering of the surf and skate crew, and the party began there. And then it moved to our place with cocktails and surf videos. Mel tried her hand at being mixologist, but it turns out both of us are pretty bad at making old fashions, so Mark Santoli brought in the big guns and made the cocktail of the night.
The expert mixologist. How many ingredients do we have here?
2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. I'm gonna have to make another one.
The regularly scheduled surf stories were exchanged for snow day stories, and the conversations kept going till 5 a.m. Warren and Lindsay introduced me to Hard Mountain Dew sampler, which helped fuel this marathon expression session. I'd never tried the Hard Mountain Dew, and as a fan of Baja Blast, it's probably my favorite canned cocktail. It was probably the biggest rager we've ever thrown in my honor, not being necessarily the biggest party people in the biz, and I had my church gig just a few hours after I finally hit the hay, which was a challenge. After church, Rohan and I got some frappes from Books A Million, a preliminary treat on his birthday, the celebration of which was staggered throughout the week, as most of what he wanted to do was game. Florida weather continued its trend of temperamental unpredictability.
This place is crazy. 2 weeks ago, we were polar bearing it with snow on the beach, and today it's like a summer day. There are like people in the water over there. It feels like summer, not spring. The water's not gonna feel like summer, but it's probably like a Southern California summer. This is crazy, dude. Hot.
So cute.
Happy Valentine's!
Oh my god.
Me and Mom are watching Top Chef. That's what we
I saw through
did.
the window.
We're like, do we want to go out and get a cocktail?
No.
Or just go home?
Go home and watch Top Chef.
What is
so
this thing?
adorable. Look how cute.
Oh my gosh.
Aww.
So what are the prognosis of maybe sharing some chocolate?
Oh yes.
Really?
Yes, you guys can have some.
Oh, very sweet.
On Valentine's Day, something weird happened when my surfboard rack became some kind of ant convention center, with the chief point of interest being my favorite board, my Sharp Eye Inferno 72's kick pad. I was a little creepy, crawly grossed out from this one. Weirdly enough, due to some kind of rogue wind, I suppose, my other favorite board, the Disco Inferno, took a little tumble. Maybe the ants were trying to warn me. So the Panama City Mall has been the locus of aesthetic power for me ever since my grandmother would bring me to the cafe near the water fountain in the middle of the mall and buy me frosted cafe mochas. Most local Bay County residents have some potent memories of this place and the kids' play area, which was also in the heart of the mall. They finally tore down Sears, and it's just so weird to see how small of a square footprint this place actually boasted. Was always like a city unto itself in my mind. The aesthetic value lives on, however, as this place will always command an ever-expanding treasure trove of imaginative inspiration for my liminal nostalgia. As I've mentioned in the surf vlogs, in January and February, Warren Smith led me in some run-in plunges that really helped recalibrate me. The physical exertion, followed by cool water and a brief mental palate cleanse, was a real eye-opener for me. And also hanging with Warren. The little pit stops at his and Lindsay's place, observing their bookshelf and listening to Warren's playlist that felt somewhere between jazz and reggae, really was refreshing. I keep coming back to aesthetics, not just as an artistic pursuit, but as a change in the way I see and do. And Warren and Lindsay's keen eyes have been instrumental in this journey.
All right, so what do we got here?
Found this at World Market.
What is it?
It's a lychee,
What?
soft drink called
Is this some
Ocean
character?
Bomb.
It's just some.
I think she's
random-
from Sailor Moon. There were some other ones that were from Sailor Moon. I don't know who this one is, but
lychee. I know it's gonna take.
and it's very lychee.
Okay.
Yeah, you should try. Rohan's already tried it.
Yeah, that's too much for me. What'd you think of it, Rohan?
Try again.
Oh my gosh, reminds me of rose petals too.
I like it. It's just really sweet. I don't think I can have like the whole.
I think it needs to be.
Sips at a time.
It needs to be chilled or something.
Yeah, it was colder earlier. I like it. I like it.
Not for me.
Tastes like dehydrated watermelon.
That's actually a pretty good analogy.
On Mardi Gras, the Sue's family was out in force in our respective side hustles and day jobs and social lives as they bled into one another. Mel was outdoor bartender at Little Village. I was gigging that night at Bergen Barrel, and to avoid the inevitable parking woes, I came early and parked at my buddy Mark Santoli's place. Me and Mark swapped ideas and projects, and he gave me this book, Reflections on Human Nature by Arthur O. Lovejoy, a book that challenged his own philosophical and ethical conceptions. Sounded like a good challenge, and while I am moving at a snail's pace, I found it invigorating so far. Chuck joined us and we shared surf and skate memories, and Mark even broke out this treasure. To start and end February with two parties that in my mind traditionally center around debauchery, only to have both challenge my aesthetics, was a happy accident. I was raised as a goody-goody Christian kid. I was from a teetotaling family. In recent years, I've gone too far into the other direction, and on both of these occasions, my birthday and Mardi Gras, I imbibed too much for my current life situation and state of mind. I would say this Groundhog Day, I saw my shadow. 6 more metaphorical weeks of the surfing violinist winter. But in that shadow, I was treated to visions of liminal light with fellow surf, skate, art travelers Mark and Warren, and all the other friends I've skated, surfed, and worked with in this post-India TSV odyssey. The shadows have their warnings though, as one of the biggest pitfalls for me in the years since India has been my temper. On Mardi Gras, while I was having a good time, someone lost their life in a road rage incident just miles away. And this served as a cautionary reminder that I need to clean out the cobwebs of my brooding, bitter brain. The white noise lurking in the back channel of my brain has not been constructive for years, coming up on a decade to be honest, and it's time for me to clean house. I've been a very bitter and sour grapes curmudgeon for too long, and I don't want to ever allow my petty frustrations to become a fertile compost heap for assault. We just don't have time for this. Every human life is too precious to sacrifice on the altar of short-sighted indignation. May God be with us as we find a more fitting incubator for our nervous energy and aggressive compulsions. May aesthetic passion be a liminal space for creative iteration, not a funeral parlor for the victims of petty grievances. Until next time, may God be with you as we all strive to be more creative, cross-cultural, and constructive. Godspeed, fellow aesthetes in training. To see these videos early, without ads, join the lineup here on YouTube. You just need a YouTube account, and for $1.99 a month, you click this little join button and sign up to get early and ad-free access to 4 monthly vlogs: the surf vlog, the violin vlog, the masala vlog, and the family vlog. Thank you very much.